Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Lozy PC, and more importantly, welcome back to the. I almost said War in the Pacific. It's not War in the Pacific. I'll get there eventually. War in the West, play by emailing game against Axe. So, let's take some stock of what has been happening. First things first. We can see that the Allies have pushed up quite significantly into Italy. Luckily, it seems the Hermann Division and the Schmalz Panzer Brigade, Panzer Grenadier Brigade, as well as the 15th, are pretty safe. They seem to be in kind of good positions without taking too much damage, which is always handy, and I think we'll be able to get them back no problem for next turn. So we will obviously do that after we sort out our air. We need to kind of get the 90th Panzer Grenadiers out of Sardinia. We have a fortress brigade up here. What do they actually have with them? They've got some howitzers, infantry guns. They're going to stay there and just kind of frustrate the Italians. We'll see how they kind of get on. I'm even going to set them as statics. That will require two. Sure. Yeah, that's fine for me. We've got loads of admin points, which is really nice. So we're going to see how that goes. Now, before we do, let's have a look at some air battles to see how things have been going before we set ours. We got some air combat kind of going on. Nothing too significant over here. These are mostly Spitfires. There is a bit of air combat going on here, which we seem to be getting slight upper hand on in some places, which is pretty good. It does seem that we're getting a bit more concentrated with our air power, and yeah, this is what we like to see. A good concentration here of our aircraft, and doing decent damage there to the allies. That's good. That's what we want. Simple as that. It looks like the Jag corps are trying to intercept allied bombers at night. Let's have a look, see what's happened here. So, few bombers shot down there. We lost a Bf-109 to there. Okay. It looks like that, yeah, so Kessel has been bombed. So we did talk about this. That Axe kind of joked that he would be targeting Kessel as it's the one place that we can produce Tigers. It does seem that that's actually what he has done. Now, he's managed to cause some problems for our Panzer III production and some of our heavy industry. But what else? Let's just see. Yeah, it looks like he's knocked out our Panzer III production. But other than that, it seems okay. So we definitely know that he's going after Kessel, so that's something we need to keep an eye on. What about in Italy? What's been going on here? A lot of recon, and then some water interdiction. But other than that, seems generally pretty good. It doesn't seem like there's any ground battles that have taken place. There's been some air freight. Okay, that's what's been kind of flying into Sardinia and things like that. Okay, cool. So let us have a look at what we want to do. Now, we did have some plans here in regards to kind of ground attack and stuff like that. I think that's still the thing that we want to do. These recon and air superiorities can obviously be thrown out. So when we go to air recon, it is going to be I think it's, no, not Luftwaffe 2, it's Luftwaffe 3, I think. No, who has the recon down here then? Oh, it is Luftwaffe 2. Right. So, we still want to change that hex. Select target hex. What is it doing? Okay, you know what? We'll just do it this way. Why is it? I was going to say, why is it struggling to give me somewhere to do? So, let's get some air recon over there. We've got a couple of Ju-88s that will be doing that, so that's fine. And then who has got the recon down here then? Let's confirm that. That's fine. Who's got this recon? Oh, Italian Luftwaffe Command. Okay, and let's also get them to do it down here. I'm confused as to why they can't do it where we want them to. Okay. That's fine for the time being. Now then, let us go up to air superiority. Oh, let's confirm this. Here we go. Right, let's go up to air superiority. So we are going to need to stick some air superiority over Kessel. Because it is very clear that Axe is going to try and bomb the ever-loving shit out of it. Let's just make this a little bigger so we can try and cover it between. You did seem to attack it with the Americans, so let's make sure that we're using these guys here. Is there anyone else who is close? These are night fighters. There's a couple of BF-109s here, which I think would be useful. They do say they're in active air groups, but let's get these guys on this. Again, hopefully to try and cover ourselves. If I'm not doing this right, please do let me know. Because obviously I think I'm doing this right, but I could be completely bollocking this up. But there we go. There's our superiority there. We've still got Intruder here. Elsewhere, I think generally our air plans are pretty good. I think maybe what we do want to do is set up a ground attack, which we do have for Luftwaffe 2. We have got most of our aircraft on it. I'm actually going to take some of these off. And the reason being is I'm going to set some up for ground support as well. Because when the allies are going to push into this area, they are going to be causing us some problems. And, you know, ground support is going to be really, really key for what we've got here. So let's go to Luftwaffe 2. And let's provide support to Army Group C. And then as we can see here, we've got like 85 bombers, which is not too bad. What we might do is you know, this turn, let us see if we can't do it already. We should have, yeah, see, we've got some aircraft here that we can use for Luftwaffe Command. So we can deploy these, and these guys will be able to assist. They have traveled everywhere, which is a bit of a nightmare. But if we... Okay, let's do this again because we didn't do it properly. Wait. I'm going to see. Yes. That's done. Oh, I realised what I didn't do properly. Hold on. Air directive. Did they deploy here? No, not those ones. These ones. Now, these should be attached to... there we go. Okay, so Luftwaffe 2. And these are the Italian aircraft. So, we do still have some Italians fighting for us. Which is always good, and is what we like to see. Now, these guys are not the same. These are kind of patrol aircraft, so we'll see about those. These are bombers? No. I mean, fighters, please. What are these set up to be? Yeah, fighters. What can they upgrade to? Not much. Not much at all, really. Okay, so that should be fine. So if we go into that, they should be available. So we're going to assign those. Oh, those are the night fighter ones. We don't want those. Assign those as well. So that's going to be, you know, a decent, hopefully a decent amount of aircraft. Maybe over the next few days that will just give these guys just that extra bit of support. You know, these guys have got a decent amount of ground attack. Their plan, obviously, is to cause as much interdiction as possible. Let's do naval air patrol as well. From 2nd Luftwaffe. Luftwaffe 2, naval patrol. Again. That's not getting anything there. Are they set to naval patrol, or are they just normal? Because they look like, yeah, naval only. What's their range? Eye blind? Oh, there is also no aircraft ready. That might be why. Okay. Well, that's fine. We'll leave them to it. There is... Yeah, that's fine. They've got no aircraft, so it's pointless getting them to do anything. Okay, I think... Again, that's fine. I think that's kind of generally what we're going to want to do. Now, we do have some bombers for Luftwaffe Reich. Let's go here and assign these... just assign something that I didn't necessarily want to. These guys, which can be night fighters. They can also be bombers, but we can set them to night fighters. We'll let them kind of settle down over there. But other than that, I think that's everything that we want to do for our air directive. So we're going to zoom out so we don't cause any problems in regards to, too much in regards to flashing lights. We can see a lot of the allies here. The recon is doing what it's meant to. So that's interesting. I didn't actually look at what we lost. We did do a bit of ground attack, mostly on interdiction. We did lose a lot of aircraft, actually. Let's check that, see if that was due to air combat or what. A lot of it looks like ops, but it does seem that there might have been some... Yeah, there's a few Spitfires here that covered us, so we may need to keep an eye on that for next time. What did we do in regards to our interdiction levels? That's recon levels. What about the interdiction levels? Didn't seem to do that much, rather frustratingly. Which is not really what we want. We want to get that interdiction as high as we can. And obviously the good news is we did get a bit of recon, and actually we can see that it looks like Foggier has been kind of filled up with a lot of enemy aircraft. So we'll have to be careful in regards to that. So it's good to know. Now then, let us get our troops back. We're going to kind of retreat to Naples. Firstly, although we can pull the Hermann Goering Division right the way back. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to pull them back to the north. Kind of going to go near the Allies, but it shouldn't be too much of a problem. And we'll also pull our Panzer Grenadiers up to the north as well. So they fall in behind the river, give them a bit more kind of defense. So that's fine there. We don't necessarily need to split them. Let's get the 90th Panzer Grenadiers off the ships. They can move to... they can move to the north. Again, dig in. Let's get these guys on ships and get them out of Sardinia. And immediately they get hit and lose their troops. Great. Not what we wanted, really. Come on. Still don't get why it doesn't let me just do this in one go, but hey. I think it must be something to do with, like losing half of these, like most of these troops before they even get to fucking Italy. Oh my god, they got hit again. Yeah, these guys are gonna need a chance to refit. Okay, they can't get off the ships, but they're gonna need time to refit and go from there. Okay, now then, the 1st Panzer Grenadiers, SS Panzer Grenadiers, These guys are going to move to Rome, and that's where they're going to get off. As this should hopefully... Can they get off there? They can. Excellent. So that's going to provide them with a bit more support. The SS Panzer Corps obviously is going to go down there as well, and they can join them in Rome. Take no time. They can get off the train too. Now, these guys are the 10th Army is, we said, is kind of going to be deployed up here. Basically to establish themselves and help provide the garrison requirements that we're going to need for the for northern Italy. We should have a couple more on the way. The 265th, they can go to... Where did we say we were going to send these? Actually, you know what's a good idea? Let's check for where we've got major ports. So Livorno, for example, is a major port. So if we send these guys via train down to Livorno, still northern Italy. And what that will do is it just makes it a little bit more difficult if Axe decides to go bold and land way past my defensive lines. So that then allows us to kind of dig in up here. Do we have anything else attached to the 10th? I don't think we do. How is that doing for our garrison requirements? It's up at 17. It's going to need to go up a fair amount, but hopefully with these guys refitting, that fighting capability will go up. Now, speaking of refitting, we are going to set the Hermann-Göring Panzer Division to refit. They are currently 68 out of 92%, so they do need a little bit of a refit, and their combat value is way down. These guys' combat value is also down. Interesting. Okay, we'll keep an eye on that. Because obviously the Allies will be coming soon. And we want to make sure that we are dealing with them as quickly as we can. What turned up today for us? So, a security regiment, which turned up for OKW, Werther Regiment for Army Group B, SS Gun Battalion for OKW, and another gun battalion for Army Group B. So, that is artillery that we can deploy, which is pretty good. We do have some admin points, so we know what that means. It means we need to dig in. Now let's go off that so I can see quite nicely. Let us put a fortified zone here. And let that dig in, and let's put a fortified zone here. Now that basically uses up our entire admin points for this turn, but again, now we're starting to get round towards Normandy and things like that. And again, I'm kind of curious in a way to see what Axe might plan to do. Obviously, we're still a way away from the landings in Normandy, but obviously it is very intriguing to kind of see what he can do. Now, can these guys fight? No, they're set static. They can't fight. That's not a problem. The Schmalzpanzer Grenadier Brigade is going to dig in and set itself into position. And as I say, we can see that the Allies are moving up here. Do we know what that is? No, we don't know what HQ that is either. So not doing great in terms of our recon, but at least it seems, at least for what we've seen, there is a lot of Allied troops here in Italy. So we will have to be careful with that, but we are kind of getting ourselves dug in, which is obviously a huge thing for us. We have units in reserve, which is also good, and we want to continue to have that. And yeah, we've got what I would say is a pretty decent amount of troops ready to go. I mean, just here, we've got 30,000 troops, 2 divisions. It's going to be pretty tough for Axe to break through. We've got nearly, just shy of 12,000 troops here. not as many here, must admit, with the SS Stern Brigade. So this is a little bit of a weak point. But we'll be able to dig that in. 6,000 here, another 7,000 there, 12,000 here, just shy of 6,000 there, and then we're looking up here, at 20,000 on each of these. So, where Axe is going to have to fight, it's going to be tough for him. Hopefully, I'm going to say that right now before I say anything else. Because, saying, oh, it's going to be tough for him, hopefully, and then it not being tough for him is always a bit of a ball ache. Now, that is Berlin. Where did... Let's just have a look a second. Security regiment. Where is this? That's maybe not what I want. Order of battle, OKW. Maybe I'm looking in the wrong place here. Oh, there it is. So actually deployed in Turin. Okay. Let's attach this to... Let's attach this to the 10th Army then. Just because then we know that the 10th Army has what it needs to have. What actually is these security squads? Just kind of, yeah, just infantry units. Okay. Nothing too exciting then. What else turned up? There's also a gun battalion that turned up to OKW. That's probably going to be part of their ability to deploy. I wonder if we can give that to the Schmalz Panzer Brigade. No. How do I get that there then? Because if we go to OKW... No, maybe it's not there. Okay. And it's just deployed, so let's have a quick look. There it is. See, there's no support units there. And that's just telling me it's in Berlin. I sometimes always get, well, I get very confused with some of these things. And I never quite know if I'm clicking the right buttons and trying to find the right troops. It's always a bit of a ball ache. I think I'm not. Oh, there you go. So I can assign that to them. Does that allow me to assign it to these guys? No. But they're now just assigned to the Panzer Corps. I don't know if that's right. Again, let me know if I've completely balls that up, because I probably have. But elsewhere, again, defensive positions being dug. We await the storm, so to speak. But until next time, everybody, have a very, very good day. And I will see you all very, very soon. Remember to like and subscribe, because it does help the channel. Until then, have a good one. Bye!